Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Facebook Live. I am Shalini Joshi Yamdagni. And if you are here live, come and say hello. And if you're watching this on replay, welcome. And I hope you'll pop in and say hello. And if you and I have never met, I am Shalini Joshi Yamdagni. I'm so glad to welcome you here. I'm a pain relief expert. And what I do is I help people who are feeling stuck in pain feel relief quickly so that they can get on with their lives feeling peace and clarity. And I'm sharing weekly tips, tools, strategies, stories to inspire you to share with you what I've learned and hopefully help you move past pain and feel more peace in your life. So whoever's here joining, I can see some people here live, but come and say hello so I can know I can say hello to you. And our topic today is it a breakdown or a breakthrough coming? Okay, so if you are, I don't know, if you're feeling like things are sort of crumbling down in your life, in some area of your life, maybe it's health, maybe it's relationships, maybe it's work, maybe it's your own self, like certain beliefs and certain patterns, and you feel like life isn't working the way it used to, or the way things are working is just not working out for you, and it feels like your world is sort of falling apart, you feel like you don't have it together. It's like all topsy-turvy, right? Well, stay tuned, because that's what this live is all about, a breakdown or a breakthrough. And today we will be covering, hi Ram, hi Deepak. So nice to have you here live. It's always fun to have people join live. And so today I'm going to share with you a story, my personal story, preparing for childbirth. And number two is when it feels like it's a breakdown, okay? And tips to move through this, whatever you want to call it, this phase that you may be going through. And, I've been talking to a lot of people and having different conversations, and so many people are going through some kind of chaos in their life, some kind of, like a breakdown, or things are just not working the way they used to. And in my life too, there is so much change and there's so much shift. I'm almost 50. I'm going through menopause. My body is doing different things. My son is 18. He's going to go to the university in late August. And so there's so many changes, physical changes, emotional changes. Sometimes I feel like I'm going on a repeat of 2007, 12 years ago, when I was in pain and things weren't working and everything was up and down, and I felt like this sense of disconnect from my life. And it's not a disconnect right now, but there's just so much going on that instead of feeling like things are working, it feels like things are not working. And I don't know if you can relate to this, right? So here is a story that I wanted to share with you. Hi Hariraj, so nice to have you here. Preparing for childbirth. And what does this have to do anything with a breakthrough or a breakdown? Well, you will find out. So as I was preparing for this, this story popped in my head. And this was, my son is, like I said, he's 18 now. And so in 2001, I was pregnant and, visiting the hospital regularly. And by the time it was like the last, trimester of the different stages of pregnancy, we were asked to join these exercises, the delivery, I don't know what, labor exercises, where you kind of do this couple thing where you go in and, you learn about this last stage of labor. And one of the things that really stuck for me during those classes is when my doctor, she was sharing with us that, first she was sharing the different stages of labor. It's like the early pains, and then there were 3 other things in between, and then there was this closer to the last phase, which was the part that is the most intense pain, where you just feel like you can't take it anymore, right? And when I had talked to my friends who had gone through this pregnancy process and delivery, I'm like, oh, Shalini, it gets so bad. You know, you don't want to listen to anything. You want to slap the doctor. You want to slap your husband. And you just want to take that epidural because it's so unbearable. And when I was doing this class, you know, my doctor was, you know, so, I don't know what, insisting on this point that, you know, first of all, that she was switching the perspective that this birth is not so much about you, but about the child's journey through the birth canal into life, right? And so she said, that time when you feel like giving up, that time when it feels like you can't take the pain any longer, you know, the child is just about to make entrance. It's just about to be birthed. So remember that. And I cannot tell you, you know, when I was actually going through the labor pains and I was in the hospital and was just, you know, unbearable pain, I really remember that so much. And both my kids, you know, had natural birth and natural, you know, things went back to normal far more quickly. And I didn't have to do a cesarean. I didn't, like most of my friends here, at least in Bangkok, they encourage cesarean, right? Because it's more expensive and it's just quick and you don't have to, you know, go through that miserable, intense pain. But for me, both my kids were natural, absolutely normal, no assisted delivery. But why is this story related is because sometimes in our lives, you know, it's like we're going about our merry lives and we have this determination that this time or this year I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And you're all set. Just when you're all set to, you know, move forward in that direction, bam, like something happens. And everything seems to go topsy-turvy and nothing seems to be working. And whether it's the relationship going, falling apart or some area of your life, and it feels like, you know, things are just crumbling and breaking down when you were all set to make this thing happen. And it's kind of like the universe saying, not so fast. First, you've got to do this and this and this and this. And, you know, it's like you wanted to go this way, but you got to go this way first. And it's frustrating and it's annoying. And it's kind of like, you know, my mentor, Alex Mindosian, kind of always does this timeout. And I think this is like a cosmic timeout, you know. It's like a cosmic timeout. Sorry, you know, you got to stop, you got to pause. And so it feels like a breakdown, just like the baby, you know, coming through the canal and can't take it anymore. But it's really, a breakthrough is just around the corner. If you can just survive what feels like that breakdown, right? The breakthrough is so worth it. And I've been through this so many times myself. In 2007, I was so sick and tired of being in pain. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be stuck here forever. I'm never going to get out of this. The doctors can't help me. Nobody can help me. So I am stuck and that's it. And, you know, you want to give up. And then I discovered EFT and I completely healed myself from my own chronic pain and became a pain relief expert. Like this would have never happened, right? If I hadn't gone through that intense overhauling and a whole different world opened up, a whole different way of thinking, a whole different way of life. And so, you know, here, let me share with you what some of the signs maybe, you know, I don't know what you're going through right now. I don't know what intense situation you are in right now, in health, in relationship, with yourself, feeling disconnected. Just feel like, I'm done with life. I can't move any further. I'm so frustrated. So here are some signs that you may be going through that feels like a breakdown. But I promise you, it's not really a breakdown. It's not really a breakdown. It's that intense stuff coming up before the breakthrough. So here's what it can look like. Here are some of the symptoms I've experienced. I know others have experienced. Okay. Sleep. I don't know about you, but a lot of people, including me, like my sleep went haywire. Even in 2007, when I was in so much pain, I couldn't move, I couldn't have a good night's sleep because of the physical pain. And right now also I'm in, I have all these joint pains that are coming up and I can't sleep on my left side. And I don't know, there's like a whole complicated layers to what I'm experiencing right now, and it's not all bad. And it feels bad, but it's not all bad. But one of the things that I still experience right now is sleep issues. So I don't know if you're going through that. Well, you're not alone, okay? Disease and pain. One of the, easiest way to know if you're going through this big, intense transition and transformation and whatever is physical pain. Your body lets you know what's going on with you. Your disease is a state of dis-ease inside. And so if you are going through some major, I know so many people, I've been texting and talking, some people feel like they're gonna have this heart attack and fears coming up. And I know somebody who's got a major lung infection. I'm going through this physical thing with my joints. I am turning 50, it's menopause, it's emotions, my child is soon leaving, and I'm going through some issues in my professional life, and just there's so much happening at the same time, and my body is letting me know. So if you've got something happening and you just don't know like what's going on, well, that may be a sign of a feel like a breakdown. But who knows, maybe a breakthrough is just around the corner. Frustration, right? You're feeling frustrated, and because things are just not working out, and you're doing everything you can, but you're not getting the results that you want. You're not getting to go in the direction you want. I don't know how this relates to you. You may be feeling edgy and you have mood swings, right? Just everything, overly sensitive, and any comment just makes you tear up. Welcome to the breakdown phase, right? I've been through it. I go through it. I know lots of people going through it. And you feel like you want to give up. It's like, I'm done. I'm sick and tired of tapping. I've done this tapping for so long and I'm still here. And what is all this about? And, I don't want to go on anymore. I'm done with this. If you're feeling like that, you are not alone. And, it just hang in there, because, there is a way. There is a way out of your situation, your challenge, your struggle. So just hang in there. Delays and denials. Oh my God, so much, right? Like there's a feeling that whatever I want, I'm not getting. Whatever I want is being denied. I'm not getting to do the things that I want. I'm not getting to go in the direction I want. I'm not getting the job that I want. I'm not getting the relief from pain that I want. It's like you're getting all no, not yet, right? It's like that timeout. It's like the cosmic timeout and saying, sorry, not yet, right? So that may be something you're going through. And of course, you feel stressed and stuck. Maybe you're stressed about your job. Maybe you're stressed about your relationship. Maybe you're stressed about your health. Maybe you're stressed about not feeling connected with your life and not feeling like your life has any meaning, right? and so there's all this stress that you are experiencing right now. You are not alone. And this, again, this feeling of feeling lonely, feeling alone, feeling, you know, that nobody understands me, nobody gets me. And just even, you know, maybe you may be single and you may be alone, but you may be surrounded by people and you're still feeling alone, not satisfied, and just, you know, like on your own, struggling and on your own. Overthinking, yep. Going over the same things again and again and again, wondering, you know, is this going to work out? Fears coming up, doubts coming up. And so your brain is on a overdrive. It's like it's running all the time, which is also another reason why you're not being able to sleep. There's just so much going on in your head, in your heart, right? And then meltdown moments where you just completely have a meltdown. I've had meltdowns. Lots of people are having meltdowns, and you know, it's okay. It's okay to have a meltdown. It's okay to just like crawl on the floor or whatever way your meltdown happens. It's okay. And you're not alone. You're not the only one. I don't know about you, but these past few months have just felt so heavy energetically, so like there's so much going on. And I know I have astrologer friends who says, you know, who talk about all these things that are going on in the planets that are affecting us. So just know that you're not alone, you know, and you're not the only one. And you know, there are tons and tons of people that are going through a very intense experience, right? And if you're not, you're the lucky one. You're not in that zone right now, and enjoy that phase, right? So how do you deal with this, right? What can you do as you are going through this phase? So here are some of the things I do, and that's what I'm going to share with you. And of course, if you Google and find out what can you do, right, to manage a breakdown, I'm sure you'll get lots of tips and advice, but here's what I'm suggesting. Number one, acknowledge the breakdown. Like, okay, I'm having this thing in my life right now. Just call it out. You don't have to hide and pretend like it's not there. Just say, yep, this is what I'm going through right now. Okay, it is what it is. Okay. Number two, journal. I find journaling so healing. So it's like you pour out whatever you're going through. But when you go back to it, you also get clarity. Like, you know, when things are just inside your heart and going in circling in different, in all different directions, you feel lost, you feel anxious, you feel frustrated. But when you like kind of like, I have a very ugly word for it. It's like brain vomit. It's like you just pour everything out on this journal, and it makes you feel lighter. It makes you see things, and things that you are not even aware of come to the surface, and you then say, oh, okay, you know, this is what's going on. This is what's happening, right? So journal. I mean, I cannot tell you. I can tell my kids to do this as well. Journal. Cannot emphasize the importance of journaling. It's your go-to place. It's your safe haven. You don't have to tell the whole world if you don't want to. Just put it in the diary. Number three is clean up. Ram is saying, I don't feel like I want to give up. I'm just very, what the hell? Yeah, welcome to my world too. It's like, what the hell? You know, I've been on this journey for so long, and really, I also had a thing like I'm going through a repeat of 2007, like the same similar stuff, similar feelings of disconnect, and like something's churning, and I can't really pinpoint it. What is this leading to? It's like, you know, I read this somewhere, clear as mud. Nothing is clear. nothing is, like, what is this all about, right? So I read a book in which one of the chapters was clear as mud. And that's exactly, what it feels like. What the heck, like Ram is saying. Clean up. My favorite thing to do, and I'm a bit of a freak about it, is I clean up. I clean my space, I clean my store, I clean my cupboards, and release all the excess, all the stuff that's not necessary. I do a physical cleanup, I do a mental cleanup, I do an emotional cleanup, right? All the heavy feelings. And how can you do that cleanup? If you're journaling, well, this is just part of my life. I'm a clearing freak of sorts, but you might say, how do I clean up? What do I know? When you journal, you'll see all the angers and all the resentments and all the poor me feelings and whatever, right? Stuff comes up when you journal. So find a way to let it go, to clear it out. And not just just the emotional and the mental, but also the physical clutter in your life is about you. Your space is a reflection of you. If your space is cluttered, you've got a cluttered mind, you've got a clutter inside of you. And if you have clutter inside of you, you'll see that reflected in your space. So, it's like you can refresh your vibe, your mood, your energy by clearing out all the unnecessary old baggage, old heavy feelings, angers and feelings of not forgiving others, not forgiving yourself, right? And also clearing out your closets, clearing out your computer, emails and stuff that's just lying around that you don't need. Because when you've got, like, imagine a room filled with things and you want this to happen and you want that, how's that going to come in if it's all cluttered, right? So you need space, right? So create that space by cleaning up. And extreme self-care. Extreme self-care. Now I can go on. This can be a Facebook topic all by itself, because there can be so many different ways that you can exercise extreme self-care. Yesterday I was at a 90-minute massage. In Thailand we are so blessed. It is so cheap. I go there like 2 times a week at least. So extreme self-care may look for you like going for a walk every single day. I don't know. Having a friend call you, say, hey, can you call me and check on me? It could look like getting a mentor. I have 2 wonderful mentors at this stage in my life, Dr. Joe Vitale from The Secret and Alex Mendosian. And I cannot tell you the value of having a mentor, right? That believes in you more than you believe in yourself, that can pull you up when you're not able to pull yourself up. So that could look like extreme self-care, being kind and compassionate with yourself, and just appreciating what you're going through and that you're trying to do your best. So it's kind of like positive self-talk can also look like extreme self-care. Get the shoulds out of your life. I should be doing this. I should be doing more of that. I should be, whatever your shoulds look like, just delete them. That's exercising extreme self-care, because you don't want to beat yourself up when you're already feeling like you're going under, right? When you're feeling like you're going through this intense time in your life, you don't want more shooting on yourself. Extreme self-care could also look like saying no. Nope, I'm sorry, I love you, but I can't do this, or I can't do this for you. I cannot be there for you, whatever, you have your responsibilities. I'm a mother, I'm a mentor, I have different, I'm a housewife, I'm a spouse, I'm a daughter, and there's so many roles. But sometimes you just got to take care of yourself first. And you got to say, I'm so sorry, I can't do this for you right now, but when and if I'm able to, I will definitely, I will reach out to you, right? So, there can be so many ways to exercise extreme. And the reason it's extreme is because you are feeling like it's a breakdown, right? Ask for help. Ask for help. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean you're weak. It means you are strong, because you want to get back up. You want to show up in your life, and you want to equip yourself in whichever way. And asking for help. Ask your family for help. Ask your community for help. Ask your colleagues for help. There's always the mentor, right? Get professional help. So ask for help. It's not a bad thing. It's not a sign of weakness, and it allows people to give and to feel, worthy by supporting you, right? And then small baby steps. That means whatever, every day, just take small, tiny steps, which could look like, I got out of my bed, I showered, and I cooked breakfast today. I don't know what you're going through. So how extreme is it? How intense is it? I did something nice for myself, right? Or I went for a walk today, and that's like little baby steps. So don't put major demands on yourself, right? Which again makes you feel like failure, or you didn't do it and should have done that and you didn't get around to it. So just appreciate the little steps that you are taking, right, to show up in your life. And at the end, I added this word, use it. And what I mean by that really is, I use my crap to create Facebook Lives. I use my stories, my experiences, my breakdowns, my pain stories, and I share them. I use them. So I had a mentor, I think it was Morgana, who said, your pain, your crappy experiences, all your breakdowns are kind of like R&D, research and development, right? That you can use later. That's material, R&D, research and development material to share, right? I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you if I hadn't gone through that intense in 2007, when my whole life broke apart and I was on a complete standstill, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. I was bedridden. And now I use that information and share stories about it. And so I'm using it to, share with others. And who knows how that is impacting somebody else's life. So you can use this experience to help others, right? You can use it to support others in the future. So there's no failure. There's no real, I don't know. It's not a bad thing, basically, right? It's even though it looks like a bad thing, the universe does have your back. There is a reason why you're going through it, why I'm going through it, but tons of people are going through it. And the thing is that everything in life happens in cycles, right? You go through these cycles, and there's no growth chart, self-growth, that just goes up and doesn't stop. It's more like, it's like hills and valleys and hills and valleys. And those valley times, those breakdown times, those times when you think like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. That's the time where you learn and you grow in ways that you could never, ever, ever have grown. And you come out with a whole different you. It's a whole different perspective. It's a whole different way of living. It's a whole different outlook. My God, when I went through this in 2007, my only thing, the way I used to live was very unconscious. I thought things are just happening randomly for me. The only way to get relief from your physical aches and pains and diseases is go straight to the hospital, pop the pills. That was the way I lived. And then because of this breakdown, it's a whole different lifestyle. So hang in there, right? Don't give up. Stay the course. Keep the faith. You know, have trust that this is a season, right? It's a season. It's not going to be winter. Spring is here. So, you know, and things happen in cycles, and you are not going to be in that pit forever. So here's one quote that I came across. When awakening to the truth, you must break down the lies. Here's another one. The biggest battles are always right before the sweetest breakthroughs. And I am sure you can relate to this. You know, here's another one. Embracing destruction is part of the creative process. And you know, you can, I'm sure you can go back in your own life to the time when you had that experience where things felt like you're going to be stuck there forever, and you came out of it, right? So use those experiences to keep the faith, to keep going, to stay strong, to stay the course. Just do the best you can. And the best may not be a lot, right? And that's okay. And I promise you that what feels like a never-ending breakdown cycle is it's that last bit that you need to push through before your breakthrough. So I hope this was helpful. There were so many comments here. Lots of folks waking up, awakening symptoms galore. I cannot agree more, Ram. And I feel like, you know, this is another, I don't know, another layer of awakening, right? We've gone through so many layers of awakening. It's like, it's never ending. So, yep, you know, the awakening symptoms and waking up with rude wake-up calls and timeouts and, you know, universal interventions. And it's not bad. It's all good, and it doesn't look good right now. But when you reach the other side, as you all have, right, in different areas of your life in the past, you'll see the, what was it? It's the sweetest breakthrough, okay? So I hope I'll leave you with this. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you got something out of it. And if you are going through fears and worries, I put a link up here. It's a YouTube video that I did, and if you want to see other videos that I've done or other Facebook Lives, I have a YouTube channel, EFT with Shalini. Just Google EFT with Shalini and you'll get a whole list of over 150 plus videos that can help you, support you. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next week, guys. Bye-bye.